Hey, what's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick recap video on the Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington fight. That one went down last night. Pretty much went down as expected. Now, full transparency, I did a breakdown for this fight a long time ago, I think like 2 years ago. And in that breakdown, I actually picked Colby Covington to win via decision. I think maybe even I said unanimous decision. Don't quote me on that. But fast forward some time later, following Masvidal's career, his skill sets, following Colby's career, and I actually changed my pick in an updated video. I admitted that logically, you have to go with Colby Covington. Head was with Colby, heart was with Masvidal. I picked Jorge to win, pulling off the upset. I was wrong. Colby did what Colby does. Now, I have to give credit to both guys because I feel like Jorge Masvidal definitely surprised a lot of people. I feel like he did a lot better than what many expected him to do. He wasn't completely pinned on the mat. His hips weren't pinned on the mat. He was stuck in the corner of the cage, but he really didn't take a whole lot of damage. He managed to get back up on his feet so many times. All those transitions, all of that grappling, the clinch work, standing back up, carrying Colby's weight on you, avoiding ground and pound, all of that saps energy. And all of that going on was a win for Colby Covington. It paid off in the later rounds. Jorge definitely had Colby Covington stunned. He quickly dropped him for a second, but he couldn't capitalize because he had no gas in the tank at that point. But yeah, Jorge actually, it was a good account of himself. Don't get me wrong, he got dominated in the wrestling, but it's not like he got finished. I didn't see at any point Jorge in danger of being finished, whether it be strikes, whether it be submission attempts. He displayed perfect submission defense, tucking his chin. He remained calm and composed. Not a shocker, because if Damian Maia couldn't tap out Jorge, that says a lot. Now, time to give respect and props to Colby Covington. All right, let's talk about his striking. Man, like I said before, Colby Covington's striking has really come along. But what opens up the striking for him is the fact that he gasses opponents out and the threat of the takedown. Just like Khabib. But regardless of gassing guys out, Colby Covington's striking has really improved. He can hang on a feet. Now, if he would have stood standing with Jorge the whole fight, I firmly believe he would have got knocked out. But he's not a stupid fighter. He fights to his strengths. He fights against his opponent's weaknesses. And you really can't hate on him for fighting smart. What is he going to do? Trade and strike with a superior striker and get KO'd, lose the fight? No, he's going to take the fight into his world, into the grappling, the wrestling, sap Jorge's energy, make his striking less effective later in the fight, wash, rinse, repeat, win a unanimous decision. That's exactly what happened. Can't hate on the guy. Don't really care for his antics sometimes. Don't care for, how he talks about religion and family, but you have to admit he's a hell of a fighter. Talking about the fight itself, I feel like Jorge was having success with the low kicks. I feel like he should have kept up with that. Definitely looked like he was hurting Colby's lead leg, which would have affected his movement and his shots. It also would have affected the leverage that he would have clinching with Jorge against the cage. If you have no strong base, if your leg is damaged, I don't think he would have been as successful pinning Jorge against the cage like that. I didn't see one flying knee attempt by Jorge Masvidal. I think he should have tried something like that in the earlier rounds while he had energy, while he was fresh, to scramble back up if he gets taken down. Because two things. One, it might have landed. If he would have timed it when Colby shot in, maybe he would have cracked him with a knee and turned his lights out. Number two, even if he doesn't land, it gives Colby something to think about. And what do you have to lose in the earlier rounds? I mean, he would have the energy to get back up. Too bad for Jorge he couldn't keep the fight standing, because I believe he would have won the fight. Now, Colby Covington, props to him for not taking massive damage on the feet. He played the game well. Typical volume strategy by Colby. Then he would duck under those shots, get in on Jorge, clinch, try to get those takedowns. I think Jorge being tired and gassed really played a big factor in Colby winning those wrestling and grappling exchanges. So let's say if we could put a number on things. Let's say Colby Covington is a 10 in wrestling. Masvidal might be a 7. And with a better gas tank in those later rounds, Jorge might actually have been able to stand up more, get out from being crushed in the corner of the cage. There were a couple of scrambles and transitions that Colby got the better of. And you can see it's like Jorge was just flat. He just collapsed at times. Conceded defeat, allowed Colby to gain dominant position again, because he was just flat out tired. That wasn't lack of cardio, that was all Colby's doing. Colby sapped his cardio. Masvidal talked about a difference between an athlete and a fighter. Yes, I do believe Jorge Masvidal is more of a fighter than Colby Covington. Colby Covington is a little bit more on the athlete side, but the better fighter won last night. If you take everything into consideration, all their skills, strategy, conditioning, fight IQ last night, the better fighter won in that octagon last night. It was a little bit disappointing that these guys couldn't bury the hatchet regardless. It would have been cool to see these guys shake hands, hug, move past it, apologies given. But nope, apparently these guys are going to continue with this grudge. Who the heck knows what happens in the future? I don't know what else to say about the fight, guys. It went, again, pretty much as expected. You guys let me know in the comment section. What did you think about the fight? What did you think about Jorge's performance? What did he do well? What did he do wrong? Same thing with Colby. What did he do well? What did he do wrong in the fight? Would love to read your thoughts. Thanks for watching this segment. If you enjoyed it and this is your first time at the channel, hit that subscribe button. Please like and share as that helps the channel grow. Appreciate that, guys. And I'll catch you all on the next segment.